the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Friday, June 12th. We're going to have a great sports betting day. We have no finals. We have no NBA finals. We've got no Stanley Cup finals, but we've got the World Cup finals. That's what they actually call it, by the way, the World Cup finals. The World Cup has been going on for 2 years. Teams qualifying and playing to get the right to play here in the Final 48 at the World Cup finals. Not the final, but the finals. These are the World Cup finals. Believe me when I call it that. Here, I'm here on time here. I think we're trying some new start times here for me. Try to see if we can drum up some interest here on the morning steam. But who's playing amateur investor today with this SpaceX IPO? Who is putting down some money here? Who thinks that SpaceX will blast off today and beat that price per share, or will it bomb? Will Musk's extreme ownership turn people off here? Will SpaceX be a fizzle at the launch here with the IPO coming out here in just a moment, awaiting the first trades? Yeah, you know me, I'm gambling up here to see what happens. Not going too heavy here, but I estimated I put my target price at $175 per share, so I think it will be up today. I think the people like me, I think people, the amateurs on these apps are going to run up the price here. I might even sell after a day or two if it gets too high. If it bombs, well, just like some of the picks here will go down in flames here, and maybe we can land the launcher back on the pad there and not get beat too heavily. So let's see what happens with this exciting SpaceX IPO. Ranks right up there with some of the great companies here over the last 20, 25 years that have debuted here. So we'll see what happens with those numbers. Anybody watching it like me here? So I was getting ready for the show. And great to have everyone here. Thanks for joining us last night with our coverage here on the Sports Money Network of NHL Stanley Cup Finals. And man, what a night. What a performance by the Carolina Hurricanes with the win over the Vegas Golden Knights last night. Impressive to get that win 4-2. And Carolina taking the lead here now in the series. 3-2, coming back here to Vegas to see what happens here. Vegas can still hold serve here and send it to a final game. But man, another star here for the Hurricanes. Don't forget about me, says Andrei Svechnikov, and he scores 2 power play goals. Stahl with a goal as well. Aho with a glove side shot, and Carolina wins. Brandon Bussey stoned Vegas on a 6-on-4 power play in the final 2 minutes of the game when Vegas was down 2. Couldn't get that extra goal for me because I had Vegas, but I had the over, and it was kind of a push there. I think most people have the 6, the line most 6 over 20. You might have bought it down to 5.5. You might have bought it up to 6.5 and went down, but nonetheless 4-2 there in the final in the series moves back to Las Vegas. Las Vegas took 5 straight penalties in the game. Those power play goals added up there for the Carolina Hurricanes. We'll see what happens here in game number 6 here this weekend, but a day off from the team sports there, from the finals in the NBA and NHL here. All right. Also underway here on Thursday was the World Cup, and man, it only gets more exciting today with the debut of Team Canada and Team USA, Team USA up against Paraguay tonight at SoFi Stadium. I'm sorry, Los Angeles Stadium. All you do is, if you want to know what to call the stadium, just pretty much call it after the city. Don't call it the corporate names. You can't do that in the FIFA. So the Los Angeles Stadium is the place tonight, and we'll see U.S. 15, 10, and 1 in the lead up to the Cup, basically over the with the Pochettino as guiding the team, and the roster built around the Christian Pulisic, the AC Milan star, and this is it for him. I mean, sure, he'll make another World Cup or 2 or 3, who knows? But it just feels like right now for Christian Pulisic, this is the moment, right? You're in the United States, you're recognized as a great player, the top player in this country, and the time is now to perform. And I think the U.S. will perform here in the World Cup. Will they beat some of those great teams from Europe or South America? Who knows? But tonight they might have a great chance here, and so does Team Canada. We'll talk about those games. But the U.S. roster, they've got young goal scorers, Boranon, Pepe, Wright, Reyna, don't forget there. So Richards cleared to start on defense for the United States here tonight. It was Team Mexico over South Africa 2-0 as El Tri wins an ugly game with those 3 red cards, and hope we don't see much of that. But how about Quinones there, world-class player there for Mexico, scores on a short shot after they turned it over in the zone in the 9th minute, and then Raul Jimenez, a little bit more of a veteran there, scored on a header up the crossing pass in the 67th minute. The leading Team Mexico to the win, 2-1 over South Africa. South Africa's goalie made a spectacular save on that rocket shot by Jimenez in the game, and 5 other saves. Mexico was pelting there a little bit, and South Africa were hit with those 2 red cards in what turns out to be a devastating loss. They needed to win against Mexico probably here. We'll see. Taking a loss there is going to hurt Team South Africa. So also was South Korea defeating the Czech Republic by the score of 2-1 as well there. Mexico was 2-0, by the way. This one was 2-1 South Korea over Czech Republic there yesterday in their opening game at the World Cup. And we got 2 more games today, 2 big, huge games, starting with Team Canada in the Toronto Stadium, if you will, today at 3 Eastern and noon Pacific. U.S. plays at 9 p.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific. We'll preview a little bit those games. So thank you for joining me here on the show. We had some winners in Major League Baseball yesterday here on the morning steam. There yesterday is brought home winners here yesterday, with the Dodgers over in the first 5 there yesterday against the Pirates in that one. And how about the Dodgers? They were able to get the win 8-6 and keep that good hot streak going. They've won 20 their last 27. Ohtani homer, Tucker 2-run single, a couple of wild pitches helped LA. And it'd be cool if the Dodgers played somebody like the White Sox. They're going to play the White Sox this weekend. Another World Series preview. Dodgers and White Sox, all right? And don't tell me it ain't. As we get ready for some great baseball 15 series here getting underway here in this one. So it'll be a great day of baseball action. And like I said there, did have some good games on Thursday, a little bit of a light card there, but it was Arizona and Miami. Miami got the win there, 2-0. Marcy, an RBI single. Tyler Phillips pitched well. Marlins shut out the Diamondbacks. Was also the Mets won over the Cardinals, and Soto hit a home run in that one in a victory there for the Mets as they were able to beat the Cardinals 5-4. All right, the Mets got to win. Mets got to win. Everybody's excited. Texas over the Royals. Corey Seager home run there as Texas wins. We had them on the morning steam yesterday. We had Texas here on the show. We also had the over there with Minnesota and Detroit. Did go over. Detroit hit 6 home runs in the win. A better one went over as Minnesota got pummeled in that game 10-0. 10-0, 11-0. I don't even remember what it was, but also Orioles over the Mariners yesterday as well. Pete Alonso, home run in the 6-run third for the Orioles there. Rain out, Braves and White Sox. So the other World Series preview this week. So White Sox and somebody, right? White Sox, either the Braves or the Dodgers. White Sox are a shoe-in. We know that in the American League for the World Series. Come on. Also, the Tigers here activate both Tariq Skubal and Casey Mize before we get too excited and trying to crown the White Sox here. Two key starters joining here for the Detroit Tigers. Also, Seth Lugo, we did see him. He got a concussion protocol from that line drive there the other night. They was hit in the head with that line drive shot. So, okay. Also, my man Trenton Brooks has signed with the Astros. Saw that bit of news as well. That was cool. He was playing over in Korea. All right. Also, WNBA here with some great games yesterday. It was Indiana beating the Sky in overtime and a big time over there last night. But the Sky got the money. Liberty crushed Atlanta. Man, Liberty, are they number one in the league right now? I don't know. You got Liberty, you've got the Lynx, you've got the Aces. Those look like the three best teams right now in the WNBA. Dallas looked pretty good, though, certainly, in their win yesterday. As we had up here on the morning steam, we had the Dallas Wings over in their win over Phoenix yesterday. And we had that sports money premium game winner on the under yesterday as my premium pick winner there in the W. And also was Las Vegas pummeling Portland. Got the money there in and over. I whiffed on that one yesterday. But the premium picks were good. We had Arizona and Miami over there as a pick on the total there in that one, total under yesterday. Kind of a light card for me, but you can get more picks from me every day when you go to winnable.com/Ramon. I've already come home with some winners here overnight, I think, or were they from 2 nights ago? Some of these tennis matches are working on 2 days old right now, so I'm trying to piece it together and trying to find out if I won or lost from 2 or 3 days ago. But we did have some matches go off here, and some of them still to come. So check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon, and we'll have some more winners today. But yeah, I did hit McNally. That might you guys might have had. Maybe you put your bets in from me, right, and you let it. I'll remind you a bet that we made there on Thursday with Katie with McNally over. Sierra did just come home a short while ago, just a few minutes ago. There in that one. So and also Bolter, we hit them both. Bolter covered also against Christian, against Jackie Christian. So we hit those. It's a day later. It's 2 days later. So if you bet them and you didn't know or remember, or did I bet it with Ramon? And we also hit Bugard, hey, you gotta love this guy, Bugard, over Medvedev. That one just ended too. So we did bring home some winners there, a little bit from some of the matches from Thursday there, and also. Hopefully you got in on Landalus against Fritz there. I know the AI was suggesting a 1.5 game spread. I was trying to get to 2 games in there yesterday, but hopefully we got the right one there as well. So did have some winners over there, and I'll send you also my Cover the Spread show every day when you're over there at winnable.com. I haven't quite sent it out yet, but it is ready. It's available on YouTube right now if you want to watch that as well. So say hello to the folks in the chat. Don't forget, use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages from me over there. It's really just 41 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM. This is how you support me here on the channel. Razor and Mike, they're going to pay me a great salary one day, but until then, I'm asking for your support here to bring me on to the Sports Money Network and you get more content from me in a timely fashion. Usually send out 30 to 60 minutes before game time. You get a few more picks from me and some of the biggest games of the day. So really, they're pretty much my top tier of plays here on the Sports Money Network. Hopefully, going to give you some free winners here in just a moment in a bunch of sports, including more than just what I mentioned here already. There's 2 in the WNBA as well tonight, and maybe we'll talk a little college baseball as the College World Series gets underway. And I didn't check to see who's here yet, but there is one game in the CFL tonight after Hamilton, who got the win there last night impressively. Man, the CFL, if you like a good game, just watch the CFL. Every game so far, there have been 4 games, and they've all been pretty much thrillers so far this season. Every game has been terrific with a high score. I went under yesterday, so it wasn't good. But and Hamilton got the win there, I believe, on the road yesterday over Winnipeg. So, good games here in CFL, man. All 4 so far, and I don't know. Tonight's supposed to be a little bit more lopsided with Montreal and Toronto, but another 52 total. So probably another good game here. All right, and let's see what else. Anything else here we need to cover? I mean, it's going to be a big sports weekend. Don't forget UFC on Sunday here on the Sports Money Network, because we've got VB MMA picks right now up, ready and available for you to watch here right now. And we previewed that big lightweight championship bout between Ilia Topuria and Justin Gaethje here this week. It's a big event at the White House here. And pardon me. We previewed also 2 other fights on the card. I will say this, after watching the press conferences yesterday, you guys are all going to pick Josh Hokett. I know you are. And, it's probably hard to go against this guy. 4-1 favorite against the veteran Derek Lewis. I mean, Lewis's time is long gone past. Even admitted in the press conference here he's old or whatever. But I'm already tired of Josh Hokett. I think he's a jerk. And if you want to act like that on the White House card, I know it's an act. But clean it up. This is the White House card. Act mature. Act like you've been there before. This guy's quite frankly, a joke, and I hope he gets rocked. I know everybody here loves him, and I think everybody thinks he's good for the game or whatever, but when you're on this White House card, no, you screw that, man. You try to act, don't get taken off the stage. I was totally appalled by Josh Hokett, and I'll take the heat here by anybody in the chats who wants to say, Ramon, you're soft, because I thought it was a terrible display, and he should take that American flag bandana off his head, because it's very disrespectful the way he acted there, talking to other fighters there, and you know what? Maybe he could beat up Ilia Topuria because he's so much bigger than him. But I'd take my chances on the lightweight there over that one. So I'll take the heat for that one. But I thought when you're on this card, just show a little bit more respect, okay? All right, but it should be a great time on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific here on the Sports Money Network with our companion stream coverage. I'm sure Mikey and I can get into it there. I'm sure these guys all loved it and everything there, and we'll just suck this guy off all weekend long that he's the next big coming here. I don't know where he came from, and I don't know why, all of a sudden after 2 fights, he gets to fight on the White House card after, 2 Victor, where was he before? Why was he not uncovered by the organization? They told me he was fighting some good organizations, good regional circuits, but it seems a little quick. Maybe he will get his comeuppance here. Maybe he is just a flash in the pan. I hope so, but maybe he's not. All right. Get ready here for the show, and hey, you can win picks from me over at winnable.com by just commenting in the chat. Let me see who is here today to have a great day with me here in the chat, including Nick Handy here to start us off. Wonder what Nick would say here about old Hokett. And Bobby Mack, good morning here. Also, Flea there, and Flea wants, oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. Business is here. He's got the wrench this morning with us. Here is Razor today, ready to go for a big day and a big weekend. And Bobby Mack loved the World Cup action cash gain in there. ready to go. Nuke's been hot here. Razor's been hot here with a good streak. Razor says, "Can we do a live stream tonight?" right. Nuke, I mean, Razor, calling Razor Nuke. I mean, soccer's tough. Soccer's tough here, but I missed the stream last night, so maybe I got to do it here tonight and join the. Hey, you know what? The great thing about soccer, it's only about 2 hours long. Okay, it's only 2 hours long. There, it's not going to go. Probably, it's not going to go any longer than that. Although it is going a little too over 2 hours. We're seeing here right now with the games, right? You got the hydration break. You got to have the hydration break in there. And, oh, man, 50% chance of rain. Now, they do have that, it is the octagon is covered, but how will that affect the stands there a little bit, right? How will it affect the fans there? Because you see it with the cloth thing, right? You saw the tarp that's kind of over it there. So seems very neat, very great. I love it. I'm not one to here to criticize them. The card, even though I could be easily accused of being someone who might be against it. I'm not. I'm all about the sports. That's one thing I'll say. That's for sure. I want to see it in great venues, and this is one of them. All right, and how about that game yesterday getting canceled there? And there was Jim. He had the over in that game yesterday, Korea and Czechia. That was a pretty good game. I thought Korea looked good. In fact, I've talked to you a little bit here. Like I said, I'm on Argentina, I'm on Brazil, and I'm on teams from the Western Hemisphere. I'm starting to warm up even more to Canada and the United States to maybe exceed their odds and do better than the odds makers predict here for the World Cup. But I also like what I've seen so far with South Korea yesterday, and we'll see Japan as well. The defensive team here, Japan, could come in and wreak a little havoc as well. As far as the rest of the South America or Central America groupings here, those are a little bit different for me as far as who I can get involved with. Colombia, obviously, they've got a lot of respect here. I'm kind of thinking, man, I don't know if they can get what we expect from Colombia, but Barr's playing some props in here. Bosnia to win or draw. We're going to talk World Cup, Cash Cane Fever money line, and the overtime in that one. Barr says Texas and Royals going under there. It was kind of a high line, right? I said under as well there yesterday, but the move there was on the over. I was on the under, though. And here we go with the Barr. Dodgers run line. OG for finals MVP. Maybe he's betting right there. Also here, LAOB going with the cards prop here and a BTTS for USA and Paraguay. Paraguay is going to come in. We'll talk about it here in a minute. I gotta. All right, Chilich for the win. Oh, did I not mark Chilich here? Let me see. Here. I have like 2 days worth of my notes here. From the other matches too that kind of came up, and. That's right, Dylon. He wanted it, right. It's somewhat, but it was kind of funny, right? Because yes, Trump wanted Derek Lewis, but it almost felt like we wanted Hockett. He is the hottest name in all of MMA. I mean, even out off of these superstars right now, just because of these strong wins here that he's had. It's kind of interesting there. West Virginia college baseball for VAR today. We're going to talk a little college baseball. We're getting underway. Flea is not liking it, right? After a while, it just looks fake, right? The first couple of times we were into it, man. Hockett, trying to make funnies, and everything. What happened the other day? He tried to pull some jokes and nobody laughed. He just walked off, and they're not really that funny. It worked for a while, but you don't have to rely on that. If you're really a good fighter, why the act? Why the act, right? This is your moment to embrace it. You don't want to go down in this one now. You really got to beat Derek Lewis now, don't you? 4-2 last night. VAR was the final there. And I had the push on the total, but I was on Vegas. And I'm on Vegas right here, you guys. I'm on Vegas still on those futures. So, oh man. And Barr says Bosnia might be the better team in this one. They might, but the World Cup, Canada, I'll get to it. Canada, they don't lose in Toronto. They play a weaker schedule. There's other intangibles. I'm going to preview it here in just a few moments here because I'm going to lead off with the World Cup. But while there may be, Bosnia and Herzegovina, I mean, it is a closely rated match. I mean, obviously here you do have Canada actually, favored in the match, but it is closely rated here right now coming into this one. Canada actually is much higher rated in the ratings. I have it in my script here, but I don't know what it is offhand, but it's something that I think, Canada here, let me get to the script, but Canada's in the top 30 and Bosnia and Herzegovina is like in the top 60 or 65. So they are better than Bosnia coming in for sure. And then the home field also will play into it. But I'll preview it. I'm going to preview it here right now as we get into it. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, and, he has a little bit of a if I could think of that, maybe look like, I don't know if this is bad, like Nipsey Russell. Remember Nipsey Russell, not Nipsey Hussle, you guys. Wrong generation for me and Terrell. But the way he, Nipsey was a natural at tying words together, right? He was rapping before there was rap, and but Hockett tries to make these funny, insulting lines that he's making up off of the top. Okay, he's a bit of a freestyler, but I'm already tired of him, you guys, and I'm going to be talking shit on Sunday. Those guys better watch it. I might be yelling at Mikey. He'll be saying Hockett's the best. All right. Let's get to it here right now, shall we? We haven't opened that IPO yet. Come on, man. I've got a couple grand on this thing. I want to hey, if this thing goes, if I get my opening price at 175 and this thing goes up to 250, I'm selling. I'm selling right there. I'm not going to let it go up and down here like a bride's nightie. I'm going to get that money. I'm going to take it right out. Let me get that. There. All right. Hey, Nunya there. What is he saying? He won yesterday. Didn't get he was playing all live, he says. And Barr says Knicks in 6. Dead Internet Theory, Spurs in 7. Probably coming back on the Spurs. It's going to be hard, but I'm pretty sure I'll be back. I'll be going to the Spurs here. Hey, I'm 0-4. I can't get any better. I can't get any worse. And I'm probably going to come back on the Spurs in game 6, even though the road teams have looked great. Obviously, the home team won the last one, but the road team covered. Hey, Jerry. Hi, Jerry. Good to see you. Now, let's get into it here right now. We're starting today with the World Cup. Okay, I mean, look, Major League Baseball, yes, but we got and World Cup will be before Major League Baseball for the rest of the next 37 days on the previews here. This is a big deal, and I, for one, think it is great to be having it here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. It's a great idea. Okay. Let's get ready and talk a little World Cup soccer here with you guys, and won't spend too long on it. I mean, again, there are other guys out there got some great soccer information. I love the international game. I think it's probably my favorite out of all this. Even over the Champions League, I think the World Cup, and it's going to get uglier throughout the year here and throughout the tournament because inviting more teams to this tournament is only going to make more blowouts here, really. But these opening games are all looking great here. Obviously yesterday were thrilling. So let's talk about Bosnia and Herzegovina. They are ranked 64th in the current FIFA World Rankings, Canada is ranked 30th. That's the FIFA rankings. I think that's a pretty good place since it is a FIFA tournament, whether or not you agree or disagree with the current rankings. That's where these two teams stand. I told you I'd have it there when we got into the previews here. So I look, Toronto should provide a tremendous home field edge at the Toronto Stadium with the 45,000 Canadian supporters today. Going to create a great atmosphere here. Yes, not having Davies is a big issue for Canada, but they still got Jonathan David. He's supposed to have the tournament of his life here, showing the world what he is made of. And it's just very difficult to beat Canada in Toronto. They posted an outstanding long-term home record there. Now, okay, they play teams they can beat at home in tune-ups here a little bit, no doubt. But that's the way they've gone about it. That's the way the Canada's built their confidence. Bosnia has to deserve respect. You know who they got rid of? Italy. Anybody seen Italy, by the way? Here, they're just making fun of Italy on the Fox shows right now with them not showing up. Did you see that where you guys were talking about the Roberto Baggio and they were mocking that thing on one of the shows last night? Some old they were having I think they were making fun of Italy. It felt like there, but anyway, they've come in on an 8-match unbeaten streak, but their recent form has consisted of some draws in there and also a lower quality opposition. So I think Canada will have the better athletes out there, the familiarity with the conditions here. I think this is a match that Canada can indeed win here. So see what you guys think in this great game here, Bosnia-Herzegovina and Canada. And now look, Bosnia is going to come in playing some defensive-minded football, if you will. And I would think here it is 2 goals, right? Let me see. What is it currently? What do I have listed on screen there? 2 under. I think I have 2.5 under 50 or 60 listed. Let me go back to the screen here. 2.5 under 50. Hey, I always say we don't want to give out $1.50 games here, but this is the World Cup. There's only so many. I say there's only so many options. I'm trying to keep the options here kind of, a basic, if you will, and try to make it so that, we're kind of staying on the course of basic bets. But in soccer, you can always, shade your bets with the old go under 3.5 or whatever, and different combinations. So for me, though, if I've got to generalize it, I'm kind of talking about Canada and under here a little bit. I think 9 of Canada's last 10 matches have been under 2.5 goals. You got a coach like Marsh, who definitely is a defensive, disciplined kind of coach. Bosnia has been productive offensively in qualifying, but again, a lot of those goals came in matches against the weaker competition. Not only that, the goals came later in the games when maybe they were already proving that they were going to win and be the better team. So Bosnia would love to at least get a tie here in this one. And I think the opening stages of this game is going to be extremely cautious. And I think I would go under in the first half. And I believe it's under 1 goal. So basically you need it scoreless and you need it to be, 1-0 could tie. But I think it's going to be no score probably. I might even take 0-0 at halftime in this game, and then maybe I think Canada breaks through in the second half, possibly here against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Here, first half total is actually let's see, what is 1 goal here in the first half? If I can kind of call that up here. The total in the first half, let's see, I think 1 for the most part, right? Okay, I'm going under 1 goal here in the first half between Bosnia Herzegovina and Canada. It's at minus $1.45. Woo! Oh boy! But I'm going to do that here in this one. Okay, let's see what you guys have to say here in this game. And LAOB, and oh man, LAOB. As someone who watches a lot of Mexican soccer and I've never Estadio Azteca. That looked like a new building, man. Good congratulations to Mexico. I mean, it's just a facelift of a ancient stadium, and they've done it before. But with the scoreboards and the lights, it looked almost very modern. It was beautiful. Estadio Azteca there yesterday looked great. The old lady. All right. NYC Bar has over for Canada Corners. Jimmy says, I think this one could be a draw. Watch out. Canada has never won a World Cup game. Well, that's going to change here in this tournament. LALB going over here in the cards. Coin flip here, says NYC Bar. That has to put you on Bosnia-Herzegovina for sure, with Canada such a distinctive favorite here at minus $1.25 basically on the money line. All right, Canada double chance. David to have a shot on a target there and under for Jerry. That's how you do it. You bend those lines up a little bit. Robert says Canada win 2-0. How about it? 1-0. Dare I say? Bar here going under 3.5. Canada on Jerry. Canada's on Jerry. Good for Jerry there. And how can you play against the home team? It's been proven wherever in every situation here a little bit. Bosnia taken too lightly. I'm respecting Bosnia here actually, but I just think we kind of can tackle a little bit with. When talking about Canada, right? And yeah, a little bit of their soccer history, but you look at the development of the Premier League, the Canadian Premier League, their top league, and they have definitely been a little bit stronger here, it feels like, of late. So, all right, Bosnia over in their shots. So, and again, like I said, no doubt here you have those FIFA rankings, and Canada is much higher, right? 30th, Bosnia 65th. All right, that's gonna be a great one. That's at 3 Eastern and noon Pacific time. I had a graphic, but it didn't come out right, and I had to get on the air. Okay, here we go. Next up, oh boy, we're gonna spend a few minutes on this one. It's going to be very exciting here. It's going to be in the Los Angeles Stadium. You know that is SoFi. How about that for a place to play a World Cup game? The World Cup final should have been in SoFi Stadium, by the way, but it's in New Jersey because somehow, some way, they pulled the strings there and they're playing the MetLife or whatever. But that's okay. Be some games out here in Los Angeles here, and what a matchup it's going to be here between the United States and Paraguay in this one. Talk about defense, man. That's what Paraguay is all about, and the U.S. is going to have to break through against Paraguay's staunch defense just to get involved here in this one. There's no doubt that the United States men's national team does not look particularly sharp in 2026. But unlike Canada, who kind of takes as far as the friendly roads are concerned, if you know what I mean, they kind of schedule down, take on teams that they can beat and build up their record. The U.S. takes on good teams. They want to play good teams. Their losses came against 3 teams that could win this tournament: Germany, Portugal, Belgium. Those are good teams. The U.S. couldn't beat them. But Paraguay, they have a defensive structure that always keeps them competitive. They do struggle to generate offense, there's no doubt. And they really probably are not going to create many chances, especially I believe they said that Enciso is out of the game. So without Julio Enciso, that reduces their attacking threat because he is a top player for Paraguay offensively. So U.S. has won the last 3 meetings, each by exactly 1 goal over Paraguay. And like I said, Pulisic, this is his moment. I mean, the tournament is here in the United States. He'll mature in the but will the U.S. really ever? We know how the soccer history is here. They're never going to win the World Cup. I mean, not in at least here in my lifetime or even yours, probably. And it's going to be tough for them just to get into the next round, but I think they can do it here. So this is the moment for the man here, for Pulisic. It feels like his moment has arrived here. And, look good in that Senegal game, certainly. So home crowd in LA, yes, it's going to be a home crowd for the United States here. Uh, uh, Certainly, not, you're not going to have, let's go cheer for Paraguay just to root against. No. There's plenty of United States soccer fans ready to fill this stadium tonight. It'll be one of the greatest atmospheres that the national team has probably ever seen in their history. So let me see what you guys think here in this one. That's going to be tense moments for United States men's national team fans, but I think the U.S. has the quality to win, and I think it's going to be another low-scoring affair, tight game, 1-0, 1. I don't know if it'll get to 2-1. I don't know if it can get to 2-1. I hope it doesn't get to 1-1. It could. It could get to 1-1, but. Let's see what you guys think here. And this one is Bar. That's on the Canada match. Bar says USA win or draw. Take the double chance here in this one. USA and over. LALB has the BTTS tonight. Jim says he'll even tighten it up even more, going under there, the alt under at plus 165. Robert under first half here in this one, half a goal. I mean, he's liking it to be a scoreless draw in the first period there. So Jerry says Bosnia going to possibly get a goal there. And AOD's got it. If it's 3-2 tonight, I was going to say I'll eat my hat, but I don't know if I have a hat here to eat. But that would be insane. That would be. I'm serious. Jerry says he thinks there's a 72% chance it goes over 2.5. Am I reading that correctly, Jerry? So, all right, I guess I got to make my call here in this one between Paraguay and the United States tonight here in this one. And, I kind of want to, I'm on Team USA here, and I'm going to take them to, I'm taking them to qualify for the next round. It's not exactly a long shot there, but I think USA is going to have, I think Canada can, it's going to be tougher for Canada here in the group, but should be awesome here tonight. So I will take the U.S. here on the Asian handicap at minus a quarter goal in the first half at plus $1.20 here. Give me USA minus a quarter on the Asian handicap in the first half here in this one. All right. It's going to be awesome there. VAR does think Bosnia will beat Canada. I think this is Canada's moment today in their soccer lore. I think this is a game that many people have waited for as far as Canadian, the Team Canada here. So awesome. Enjoy the games. So the United States tonight goes off at 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific time here tonight. And we'll see. We might have a stream here. We might have a stream. I might take a nap to be ready for the stream. Because hey, with our UFC is going to be on Sunday this week, but obviously on Saturday night now with the Knicks and Spurs there, we got a good. We don't overlap the UFC there because we got the Knicks and the Spurs on Saturday night at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, with the Spurs favored by 5.5. I mean, I'm not going. Did I say I was going to be on the Spurs at 5.5? Is this a trap? I don't think I'm going to be. I forgot about that. I forgot the line was 5.5. Nobody's going to want to lay 5.5 with those Spurs, right? Even I might have to balk at that now that I think about it. I might have spoke too soon. All right, I guess that's it. You guys are done talking a little soccer with me here. We'll talk soccer every day before the baseball here. Okay, let's go to Major League Baseball with our 15-game weekend card. Grab your pens, pencils, and rotation orders here. And let's get to it for Major League action. Everything's at night here. Oh, man, what about the graphic? I think, oh, God. I tried to tighten up the graphic a little bit, but you know what? It didn't have all the info that I wanted, so I don't know. Let me bring it up, though. I got to have my graphic. I'm having so much fun making them, but tried to change it up a little, trying to make it a little bit more legible, but it doesn't have all the stats that I want to show. And I liked the idea, maybe break it up into 5 segments, but I just want to make one. I'm always in such a hurry because I'm always so, I'm always such a last minute guy. It's probably why here I am on the Sports Money Network. I love Sports Money Network, don't get me wrong, but I've always thought I was destined for greatness, and here I am at the pinnacle of my career on the Sports Money Network. All right, let's get to it here right now, and I think these numbers are somewhat correct there anyway. And all I went with the what the team is against the opposing starter. I think is what I ended up doing there. But did it skip the money line or something like that? Oh boy. No, it's got it in there. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with it. All right, let's just get going here. We want to talk Major League Baseball with you here on a Friday. Sports baseball betting here with Miami taking on the Pirates here in this one. And we do have the Marlins here coming in on a roll. Maybe it was not the hardest of games there in that one in the series, but certainly enough here. Miami is the hotter team over Pittsburgh right now anyway, believe it or not. They're coming in riding a little bit of a winning streak here coming in. The Pirates haven't looked as good actually here of late, but in this particular game now you have Alcantara, who has not exactly been pitching great again. He's kind of starting to go back the other way. That did look okay there a couple of games, but kind of giving it back. But it's more about Braxton Ashcraft, it seems like in this one. 3.28 ERA, 1.08 whip, and a 27% strikeout rate. Alcantara, he's been inconsistent. He started hot, and I was all hot and bothered with Sandy there in the beginning. Think we were getting old Sandy again, but Pirates have struggled recently. The line does reflect a significant edge, I would think, in the starting pitching matchup here with Ashcraft. 3.27 ERA, 5-3 record, and that 1.08 whip. For Alcantara, he's got a 4.33 ERA, or I'm sorry, a 4.33 ERA coming in, and a whip of 1.26, not horrible. But Pittsburgh has played pretty well against Miami of late, winning 11 of the last 15 meetings here between the two. I think the concern, though, is that Miami is playing pretty well here. They're coming off of a strong series over Arizona and Tampa Bay as part of this 5-game winning streak right now. Miami is still a dismal 10-23 as an underdog, and they are clearly an underdog here in this game. They're also 11-19 on the road. Pittsburgh, we always say, hey, they've been solid here, and only because they're a little bit over 500. Yes, Pittsburgh has thought that maybe their team has gotten better. I don't know if this is necessarily overachieving or underachieving. I think if you're Pittsburgh, they would think, hey, we're going to go be 500 at least this year. Maybe fans and bettors might have said, hey, Pittsburgh, we always expect them to be, kind of sub 500 and not get it going. But so far they've done pretty well. So we'll see here. Miami's winning streak and Miami's bullpen starting to perform a little bit better here too. Pirates have gone over in 13 of their last 15 games and over in 5 straight at home. We know Miami's been cranking the overs for sure. They're 21-6 to the over on the road and 23-7 to the over as an underdog. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh 25-11 to the over at home and 25-12 to the over as a favorite. That's a lot of overs. Miami road games and Pittsburgh's bullpens allowed 19 runs in their last 21 innings right now. So Ashcraft can definitely limit the damage early, it feels like here. But, maybe those later innings can provide an opportunity here for Pittsburgh. And, the price has been going down here modestly. I'm showing some books here down to $1.40 or so. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Pirates here in this one. I think that's reasonable here at $1.40. I'm not going to go premium here with that little bit high of a price. I like to keep them a little closer to the pick-em range, but I'm going to go ahead and take them here on the show with the Pirates. I think it's a good chance for them at a real decent price here for sure with the better pitcher. I think Miami's bullpen might be outperforming Pittsburgh's right now anyway. Saw Majinski in there toiling away in the bullpen a little bit. Let's see what the chat has to say. Thank you, everyone, for your comments here and joining me on the baseball segment. Okay. And no early game, says Jimbo. Jimbo, we got College World Series, though. Will that work okay? And, we got half the game. If the Cubs are on the road, if the Cubs are on the road, it's not a day game, but half the games are. Robert's on the under here. Ashcraft over on the K's for dead internet. And Barr's on the under. Alcantara's got those bad road numbers. Pittsburgh run line for Jerry. And Barr, there it is. We're ready to go. I'll preview it a little bit here towards the end here. Pittsburgh money line over for 9 Legacy. And Jerry says that Pittsburgh bullpen is cooked. And maybe he'll go to Pittsburgh first 5 here in this one. LALB likes the under. That is, I would say that is, I don't know if it's contrarian. Like I said, I think they're going to see a lot of over bets in this game just based on these records. I mean, the teams are combined 79-54 to the over this season. Pittsburgh's gone over in 8 of their last 10 coming into this one. Miami, like I said, they've lost here 11 out of last 15 against Pittsburgh overall. So good match here. Shelton and Giron going at it here in the third set on serve here. Probably heading to a tiebreaker with these guys tonight. All right, that's it for that one. Let's move on here into our next one. And we've got the Mariners are on the road here taking on the Nationals with Bryce Miller goes here for the Mariners and Zach Littell for the Nationals. For Miller here, really strong numbers. He has only been back for a couple of outings here, but he's 2-0 with a 1.33 ERA and a .78 WHIP. Bryce Miller, we already know he's pretty good. Now, it's probably not this good, but coming back here, just getting going from injury. Hey, he's looking good. Zach Littell here, 4.75 ERA, but a 6-4 record. He's done okay. A 1.31 WHIP. Numbers aren't really that great, but does give you the innings with this offense. He's been able to find his way and manage a little bit here, but Mariners are obviously going to be a big favorite because of the starting pitching advantage here for the most part with Miller. Here, he's been dominant in these starts. Good strikeout numbers too. The thing about Littell, he does have a near 6 FIP, and he allows more than 2 home runs per 9 innings. So Seattle's won 11 of its last 16, and Washington, they've still been swinging the bats here pretty well lately. 479 slugging over a recent stretch here right now. Seattle's bullpen's been a little bit vulnerable, allowing 16 runs in the I think 17 2/3 innings here. Can't read if I put a third or 2/3 or what, but both teams have seen over trends here recently. especially Washington. We know 21-9 to the over at home. So, Miller's been good, but Mariners are on the road, and how deep can he run? And it feels like Washington always comes through a little bit in the end with the offense, right? I mean, we know Washington's offense has been really outstanding this season. I mean, it's better than the Mariners' offense. That's for sure. So Mariners do hit the home runs though, and so do the Nationals. Make no mistake. So I'm gonna take the Nationals here, plus a run and a half at minus $1.35. I'll grab the Nats on the run line here today and see if they can't grind a run line win here, stay within a run of the Mariners today. Let's see what the chat has to say. Okay. Oh, did I screw it up there? Oh, man. Yeah, Terrell. I even type it in. I'm like, make sure it's Eastern time, but I might have just sent it over today there. But it says Eastern time, too, and that's obviously Pacific time. Woke's joke. Thank you. Right? Woke's joke, right? Like 4 of them has just ended within the last half hour, I think, Woke's joke. But we did have some premiums. The premiums were coming in there. So I think we had a pretty good. And, man, we've got a great match coming up. And I do have a bet over there in the premiums. A great match of young Americans coming up. Match of the day. Iva Jovic and Amanda Anisimova. Man, you got 2, but Jovic here. I mean, she's only ranked 19th, the 19-year-old, and Anisimova ranked 5th, and she's 24 years old. But man, you're not telling me right now that they are just getting going here on Tennis Channel 2, I believe, here right now. So. Okay, let's see what else here. Mariners first 5. 4 other Jovic actually broke Anisimova in the first. All right, Cash Cane, Mariners first 5. Jerry says first 3 under 2.5, first 5 under 5. Bars going on Washington. LALB likes the under in this one. Critical notice. And James Wood to get a walk there. And Terrell is on the National City Mile of Cars, I think is where he's at. I remember my mom worked on that strip of car there. The Nationals, it's still there. Next up, speaking of San Diego, the Padres here are on the road taking on the Orioles here in this one. Griffin Gas Canning here going up against Shane Baz. Baz has been very, very effective here of late. He's got a 4.09 ERA and a 3-6 record, but he has really turned it up here in his last few starts. Meanwhile, Griffin Canning feels like he's halfway out the door here, but the Padres can't find anybody to take spot here right now. So 6.33 ERA and an 0-4 record and a 1.47 whip doesn't feel too good here for Canning and the Padres here in this one. Orioles are favored here. Padres, they do play pretty well against Baltimore, but Padres road struggles too might have me concerned actually. But Baz here, 2.2 ERA over his last 5 starts. Canning is not reliable at all. He's given up 9 runs in his last 2 road outings here. The Padres have lost 12 of their last 16 still and dropped 5 straight on the road. Baltimore has been good at home against right-handed pitching. I think I put those records up there anyway, or at least first right-handers. Padres have seen the over cash in 4 of their last 5 games, while Baltimore's gone over here in 5 of their last 7. You got Canning's struggles here. I think Baltimore, pretty solid home offense, and Padres bullpen still top 3, even though it feels like they've been middle of the road here on the road. Actually, it feels like they're super strong at home, but on the road, not as much. So maybe it will be some runs here in this one. I really don't want to think that the Orioles here, but I think at $1.35 or so, I want to try Baltimore right now, and I'm going to take them here. Give me Baltimore in this one. I'm going to take the Orioles against my Padres. I really don't think they should be favored by this much, but it's actually gone down a little bit. Let's see here. Orioles money line for VAR. And thank you, Jerry, for stopping by today. Cash Kane here is on the Orioles first five. There's Robert on the over there. And Nunya says, how about the Troy Trojans today? It's going to be awesome, man, against West Virginia. 2 first-timers. Terrell, Baltimore over 4.5 team total. He's going with the Yerfie and 9 Legacy Baltimore money line full game. Yep, I think I'm going to try the Orioles here. It's cheaper than $1.40. I know that. Okay, let's keep it moving here right now on the morning steam. We're just getting underway, really. Red Sox here hosting the Rangers. Jack Leiter goes here in this one for the Rangers. Rangers are 500 right now, and they've won 2 in a row coming in. The Red Sox have dropped 4 straight as they did not have a great series against Tampa on the road there, losing all 3 games to the Rays. Sonny Gray, though, goes for the Red Sox. What can you say? He continues to look pretty good. 3.19 ERA and a 7-1 record for Sonny Gray, a 1.24 whip. For Jack Leiter, 3-5 record, 4.69 ERA. You know, the Red Sox are still 27-39. They've lost 4 in a row. They definitely have the pitching advantage here, starting pitching right now. But Texas does have a very good bullpen. I mean, it almost feels like it is kind of the equalizer a little bit in this game. But, still, the Red Sox, you figure one of these days they got to pick it up, don't they? I mean, how are they going to get back into this race if they don't start winning some of these games? But these guys are starting to hit. Rafaela, Abreu, Contreras, they're all, in the 275, 280 range right now, but the pitching hasn't been that great. Here with Sonny Gray, you'll at least get a solid pitching matchup here, it feels like, at least for this particular game. But Texas has won 9 of its last 12. They definitely have one of the best bullpens in baseball. Boston, for some reason, they're 10-21 at home and have dropped 5 of their last 6. So I think the Rangers' current form and bullpen advantage kind of makes the underdog, pretty live here. Under is cashed in 4 of Texas' last 6 games and 4 of Boston's last 6 as well. 6 of the last 7 meetings between the 2 teams have gone under. I'm going to go under in the first 5 here in this one with Texas and Boston here. Let me go under first 5 here with these 2. That line is 4.5 under at -120. Let's go to the chat pros here and see what they have right now. It's going to be Cash Kane likes the first 5 under 4.5, and Robert liking Texas here. Oh man, I'm so excited to have. I don't know what was going on here on. Maybe this was a short baseball card there yesterday, but it's great to have 60 of you riding with me here right now. Yesterday I was depressed after the show. Robert here, Texas money line. Next up, the Tigers are on the road here taking on the Guardians. And like I said, good news for the Tigers, man. We're getting these key starters back here very, very soon. Hey, they're not done here. They're 29-40. Cleveland here, 37-33 with a 4-game losing streak. The White Sox are getting away. But Detroit probably going to close this up a little bit here once they get their ace back. And like I said, getting 2 quality guys back. Flaherty, he's not going anywhere probably. They're going to need him. But this is a matchup of 2 pitchers here. I think you can see it on the screen there. They're both 1-7 coming in. So nobody wants to win this game. Flaherty, 5.3 ERA, 1-7 record for Tanner Bybee, finally won. He's 1-7 with a 4.1 ERA coming in. So was not a great week so far for Cleveland as they lost that series at home against the Yankees. I went in thinking I'm going to take Cleveland every game, but I saw it right away, and I switched to the Yankees even after the first game there after I lost and ended up winning the series there with the Yankees. But Still think Cleveland's doing a nice job, but the Yankees just came in hungry after, losing some games since Judge left the lineup. For Detroit here, they did win the series against Minnesota 2-1, but they're still 11-24 on the road, one of the worst road teams in baseball. Cleveland, a 500 team here at home. So have to see what you guys think here with the Tigers and the Guardians. Like I said, neither of these pitchers like to win, so it makes it kind of tough. Detroit, though, has won 7 of its last 9, while Cleveland has dropped 6 of 7, and they've dropped 5 straight at home. Coming into this one, the Tigers also probably a little bit better in the bullpen here of late. Cleveland has better bullpen numbers, but the Tigers have been a little bit better. Maybe at home here, you could rate the bullpens kind of even coming into this one, but the Tigers have allowed just 5 runs over their last 22 2/3 innings in the bullpen. You have a Cleveland team here batting about .220 against right-handed starters. So these guys haven't been great, but there's also been kind of lack of run support. They still got bad numbers. There is offensive inconsistency here. It makes me kind of think that, oh, look, it's a near pick 'em, right? So Cleveland maybe $1.20, $1.25. That's actually gone up a little bit, right? Flaherty comes in 1 point, as I said, he's got a 1.5 whip. Bybee, he gives up 1.5 home runs per 9 innings. Detroit's gone over in 6 of its last 7 games. Both offenses probably could find some success eventually, but like I said, Detroit, maybe their pitching is just a little bit better right at this moment. Man, I'm going to go to the chat first before I make a pick on this one between Detroit and Cleveland here. Central Division, don't forget, but will these starters have enough? If you took Flaherty and Bybee at the beginning of the season, you might think, well, it could be a good pitching matchup. Here we go. It's going to be, 9 legacy. Red Sox run line, Guardians money line. Robert's on the Guardians on the money line. LALB likes the Guardians. Here's Kane on the Guardians. Guardians run line for Barr. Kane says it's so even, but everybody's on the Guardians here. Flaherty, Terrell says, you see, look, interesting, right? 2 and 5, but look at the numbers there, right? So, versus Cleveland. So he pitches well, but doesn't get wins, lower scoring games, is kind of what Terrell is saying there when these two teams kind of meet. That's what I kind of think too. So I'm going to actually go under here in the first 5 with Detroit and Cleveland. Give me the under here in this one. Like I said, these guys are not great pitchers here so far, but we'll really get enough offense out of this one to see that one go. I know the Sharp's going to be on Cleveland here, and I'm not sure I can do that. I'd probably want to, especially if it's gone up here, I'd probably go with the dog. But let's see. Jimmy says Detroit and under. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. We'll keep it moving here right now on the Morning Steam Show. It's going to be the Diamondbacks taking on the Reds here. You've got Eduardo going for the Diamondbacks. I mean, look, Eduardo continues to put up solid numbers, 2.51 ERA and a 5-2 record. He's up against Nick Lodolo, 5.51 ERA, 2-1 record. Maybe Lodolo's looked a little bit better, but they tell me he's looked better, but when are the numbers going to reflect that he's pitching better? Both teams are struggling here a little bit. You got Arizona losing 3 straight out on the road to Miami. Cincinnati, meanwhile, lost that series in San Diego 2-1. Here for Rodriguez, 2.52 ERA, 1.1 whip. 1.18 whip is, gives you a very solid outing pretty much every time. It feels like people overlook Rodriguez a little bit here. Arizona's not performing well enough offensively right now. Like I said, I think I like this team. They actually come in here with a better record than Cincinnati right now. Arizona's 500. Cincinnati's 3 games under 500 here coming into this one. Let's see what you have to say tonight when the Diamondbacks take on the Reds with Eduardo. Lodolo, 5.51 ERA, as we mentioned, but a 6.75 ERA at home. coming in. So, the Diamondbacks, I think they're kind of the better team overall. How does the Google thing know? Like, I'm talking, right? And so I'm blah, blah, blah. And then the Google thing, sends me the thing like I'm supposed to track that game, like it's listening to me or something. How does it do that? Maybe China's spying on my picks. So, anyways, the Diamondbacks do hit left-handers as well. They're hitting a 282 with a 458 slugging percentage. Cincinnati's bullpen, definitely is pretty weak. So it feels like this is a pretty decent spot for Arizona here. I'm going to take them in the first 5, actually. Give me Arizona in this one. Reds have gone over in 5 of their last 6 and 14 of their last 20. And Lodolo's home struggles, Cincinnati's bullpen issues. We're in the small park here. Maybe there will be some offense in this one, but I'll take Arizona in the first 5. And the line here on that is I'm going to take them at minus $1.05. See what the chat has to say here in this one. And it's going to be Arizona team total over here for Barr. Reds are struggling, says Woke is joke. Take the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks for Kane. Diamondbacks for 9. Legacy. Over here for Robert, but under for LALB. Jimmy Lambeau says take the Reds. And Cash Kane's going over. We'll keep it moving here on the morning steam. And next up is the Braves taking on the Mets. Well, Spencer Strider. Now, look, he's got a 4 ERA, but a 4-1 record so far, 1.28 whip. We know Strider. I mean, we've already heard Sharpie kind of, targeting him already, saying that he's going to be, back to Strider here. I think is what he was. I don't know if he spent those starts, but I'd just like to hear Sharpie talk about him like that. And you'd think that even though the Mets are really bad, that the Braves can certainly find motivation taking on the Mets, even if they're down here right now. Sure, did the Mets just lose to the future world champion Chicago White Sox 2 straight games? Sure, they did. But still, 23-12 on the road for Atlanta. The Mets are still 8 games under 500. They won yesterday. Good for them. Got 1 game out of that St. Louis series. The Mets are great at getting 1 game per series now. They're not getting swept anymore. But McLean here, we love McLean here, but not anymore all of a sudden. 3.98 ERA, 3-4 records. It's even been worse than that here lately. Atlanta also best bullpen in the league here. Hard to believe that they're actually an underdog in this game. Considering how hot they've been, how good they've been. Yes, Nolan McLean probably is the reason why that the Mets are maybe favored. That and Ronald Acuna is kind of, he's out right now, but I don't know if it's slowing down the Braves here necessarily at this point. The Braves are 23-12 on the road and have dominated this matchup, winning 12 of the last 18 meetings. McLean has an ERA of 6 over his last 5 starts, and the Braves hit well home, away, it doesn't matter. They're hitting 262 on the road with a 453 slugging. That's pretty good. The overs cashed in the Braves 5 of their last 7 and 9 of their last 12 on the road. If McLean can't get anything done, Atlanta's going to win this game, aren't they? So I'm going to look for Atlanta in the first 5 here, I think, in this one because, like I said, it feels to me like McLean, I don't know if there's an issue here, but he's already got this 6 ERA in his last 5 starts, and now he's taking on the Atlanta Braves here. So I'm going to go ahead and try Atlanta here in the first 5 in this one against the Mets. And Atlanta there, first 5 at plus 105. See what the chat has to say in this one. And are the Mets coming back at all here? All right, here, let's see. Jimmy Lambeau's got his home run targets. LALB says, not so fast, Ramon. We'll see, LALB. This is the big series of the year. Everyone's looking forward to the Dodgers and the White Sox this weekend. That's fun. That's going to be fun. Here's VAR on the over, first 5 under for Woke is Joke. LALB's going over, and Roberts on the Mets on the money line. All right. Great to have 55 of you riding here with me right now as we continue the action here in Major League Baseball. And we've got a good one here with the Yankees taking on the Jays. Ryan Weathers goes for the Yanks. They've won 4 straight games coming in. Weathers, 3.85 ERA, 2-4 record. I like Weathers, but most people don't. 1.16 WHIP. I think these are fine numbers. Trey Savage, 3.16 ERA, 2-3 record. Yeah, he's been a little not what we're expecting from Savage here of late. I've probably been on him one too many times, but still a 1.17 WHIP, and he pitched one of his greatest games. He's still a young guy. I was going to say one of his greatest games of all of his career, but he's only been around for not even a year, but pitched one of the biggest games in recent postseason, when he took down the Yankees there. So, yeah, he has some okay numbers against some of these guys coming in. With Savage here, just a little bit of experience against this Yankees lineup there. Remember, nobody could get a hit off him in that game. Remember, everybody was going down. Rice and Goldie and Belly and McMahon. Nobody could get a hit. He was striking them out. He was getting them out. So let's see what you have though here in this one. Like I said, yes, edge, still pretty good, but the Yankees have won 5 of their last 6, 8 of their last 9 on the road. Weathers has given quality innings most of the season here, and the Yankees are getting good bullpen here of late. Toronto has had the success here in this series. You think here because of the playoff, right? And what happened there. And if you look overall, the Yankees do have the better numbers against Toronto here of late. Toronto's won 12 of the last 18 games overall against this team coming in. So including 8 of the last 9 meetings at home, Toronto have beaten the Yankees. Now, Toronto's gone over in 9 of their last 12, 6 of their last 9 at home here. Let's see what you guys have to say in this one with Toronto taking on the Yankees. Both bullpens are rested here. Of course, the starters have good strikeout numbers. Yankees, kind of an under road team here. I think let me see what those numbers are. 14 and 20 to the under on the road right now. So let's see what the chat has to say. Yankees money line for 9 Legacy. Yankees for LALB. Toronto for VAR. Toronto for Robert. We're split so far. And Wokus Joke will take the under. I'll take the under in the first 5. We got a little something for everybody in that one. I'll go under first 5 here. Yankees and Blue Jays. I like Weathers. I like Savage here. So let me try the under here first 5 in this one with the Yankees and the Blue Jays, and that first 5 number is 4.5 under minus 125, but I'm going to take that. All right, when did this SpaceX IPO go off here? Come on now, I want to see the opening trade here. I'm going to, like I said, if I can have this thing run up here real quick, it can get wild on the first day. And if this thing can run up from 135, 175, who knows? If it gets to $250 in one day, I'm going to sell it. I'm not in it for the long haul here. I'm not getting any younger. All right, Jazz did a home run, says Cash Kane. Great job, you guys in the chat. Really having a great time with it. We got 69 of you in here. Phillies and Brewers here in this one, and looks like a huge mismatch on paper. Does seem like, even if as good as the matchup is for the pitching, right, Mizorowski, it does feel like that's a little bit high, but Painter just hasn't looked that good, unfortunately, and they're still kind of force feeding him here, it feels like right now. Mizorowski, we know, is dynamite. I mean, you think of moments where he doesn't look that good and something, and like it gets taken out of the game or something. It's a close game. He's still got a 1.5 ERA with a .81 WHIP and a 7-2 record. So he is still dominant here. Painter has a 6.2 ERA and a 1-7 record. So you look at it and you're like, you got to think maybe the Phillies can hang on here. Maybe they can get a run line on this one. They're obviously playing much, much better. But unfortunately, I think they just have ended up in the wrong pitching situation here. And while the Phillies, you could probably do something else here, but, they may have just as good of a pitching matchup in the next games. I'm not saying they're punting this game or anything like that. Painter's been in there. It's not like they're, putting a rookie pitcher in there right now. I mean, he's been grinding through this all season, learning on the job here. But 72 hits allowed in 58 innings. And the Brewers obviously can hit a little bit. Maybe they're not as hot as they once were, but they're still, compared to the Phillies especially. Milwaukee, sixth in batting average, fifth in RBI, third in total runs, third in stolen bases here. And for Philly, they've moved up a couple of notches here. They're 28th in batting average, 27th in slugging here right now. So, yeah, bad numbers here for the Phillies offense. So we'll probably just try the Brewers in this one. I'll lay the run line here, I think, in the first half in this game here with the Philadelphia, with the Milwaukee Brewers in this matchup. Give me the Brewers here, first 5 in this one at -1 at -$1.25. All right, see what you guys have here. Like I said, it could interest you. The Phillies playing a little bit better, but here's a bar on the over. Brewers first 5 money line right there for Kane. Robert says, I'll just do one run line here for the game. Brewers have been in the elevation there, says Woke. They were playing in Las Vegas here. So, and you might think there, Woker's jokes like saying we're playing the elevation. It is elevation here. Funny, where the Las Vegas ballpark is, even though it's only a short jaunt, because west is where the mountains are. Did you know that Nevada has more mountains than any other state? But it's, I think they said a good, I don't want to get it wrong here, but it's higher than the new park will be, and it's only like across town here. Nerfy here for LALB. I hope I got that right. I'm trying to learn my new town here, even though I've been here 4 years now. A 9 legacy here. Phillies money line, 3.5, 3 years, whatever it is, okay? And Razor giving us his $400 MLB play here on Texas tonight. Thank you, Razor. Thank you, Razor, for giving us that play here on the show. We are honored to have the play there with the Rangers today in this one, and I am going to mark my RSP right here on my sheet. Thank you, Razor, for your $400 play today. Terrell says Milwaukee over 4.5. Since the Brewers, they're pretty good at beating up on bad pitching. We'll keep it moving here right now. We're going at a pretty good pace. Don't forget, Mikey Money and Sharky Waters bring you Bases Loaded here at noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific. Dodgers, Roki Sasaki, and the White Sox with Anthony Kay, who gets pushed back to this game here. So they'll go with Kay. Like I said in the intro, making a little joke there, wouldn't the White Sox have been so good? Wouldn't it be neat if they got to play the Dodgers? Well, here we are. Let's have some fun with it. Now, maybe the Dodgers come in and put these guys in their place right now. Sasaki, the numbers don't look great on the surface, but he's definitely a different pitcher here now of late. He's really harnessed the fastball here right now. It feels like he's really going and trucking here. We'll see if he can get the ERA down a little bit. 4.03 ERA, 3-3 record coming in, 1.26 to WHIP. In here, Anthony Kay, good numbers. Kay, a 5-1 record. Yeah, 4.4 ERA, 1.45 whip. But you know what? You get a little offense, you get a little run support, you can loosen up a little bit. He's obviously had that with 5-1 record. And I thought he's looked okay for a rookie. Now you're going up against the Dodgers here. This ain't exactly pretty here, but yeah, the Dodgers coming in here. They're let's see here. Oh, I think the graphic is wrong there. Darn it. I wanted to look at it there. They screwed that one. AI screwed up my instructions there, I think, a little bit. But nonetheless, I mean, you got to go up against the Dodgers here. Sasaki, no doubt has been tearing it up here of late. Much, much better, dramatically improved here. Dodgers have won 7 straight against the White Sox. Interleague series, though, that was a different White Sox team, man. Come on. But Sasaki, 1.48 ERA in his last 4 starts. Los Angeles is crushing left-handed pitching, actually, is the way I should probably talk about it, right? The Dodgers have gone over in 5 straight, and they have this great lineup, of course. So maybe Chicago can contribute here a little bit to this one, and we'll see what you got here. But oh, man, this is exciting. Let's see what you got. Dodgers and White Sox here. Anybody going to do it with the Sox? Vars going under here in this one. Terrell is going to be there. He's going to be probably yelling at somebody to try to affect the result of the game. Dodgers for LALB. Robert likes them to rock here. There, so they're kind of saying, hey, not so fast, my friend. That's what he's kind of saying there a little bit. It feels like Dodgers, everybody's on the Dodgers here for sure. Nobody's putting much faith in the White Sox right now, despite how awesome they have been. And no doubt, look, the White Sox are coming in off a nice series there, sweeping the Braves. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come on, who's better, the Dodgers or the Braves here? But maybe, just maybe here with the rookie starter going here. But I don't know. I mean, who else are you going to have? I mean, the White Sox got a few guys that can twirl here a little bit. Dodgers did win 2 out of 3 against the Pirates. The White Sox are 22-11 at home. The Dodgers are 22-13 on the road. So, all right, man, I guess I got to pull that trigger, as a famous capper, a famous internet capper once said. And, man, you guys are all over the Dodgers here for sure in this one. And, look, I'm going to go over in the first 5. That's what I'm going to do. No, over full game. Over full game for me. I'm sorry. Over full game, not first 5. I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Over full game for me, Dodgers and Terrell. That's part of the fun of it, I thought. Okay, the indicative price is coming on here, $165 for the SpaceX IPO. I put my order in at $175, so I would love that. You want to get as close as you can. You don't want it to go over. You'll miss out. This is kind of interesting that retail investors really didn't have this type of opportunity before, but these apps all changed all that. Okay, let's keep it going here right now with the Astros here taking on the Royals. Tatsuro Imai goes here for the Astros. For the Royals here, you do have Luinder Avila. Avila here has made just a couple of starts right now, and 4.02 ERA, 1.6 whip, but he's getting a chance to do some starting here. Not awful, but Royals here have lost 2 straight after their little winning streak in there. Royals losers lost the series to Texas there, 2 straight. For Houston here, meanwhile, they lost back-to-back games at the Angels. So how good can they be right now here? Although they do have Imai, does look like the better option here. I think he does have higher numbers here, 5.24 ERA, but a 3-3 record and a 1.4 whip. I think just the thing is, Imai did look a little bit better here of late. Kansas City still has lost 19 of their last 28, and the offense continues to really look pretty bad. Houston's won 7 of the last 10 against the Royals and the Astros bullpen. We've made fun of them all year. They've allowed 5 runs in their last 22 and a third, so that's a little better. Avila so far has had some struggles at home. Maybe Houston is the team to beat here in this one. Both clubs have been going under here for sure of late, because mostly is Kansas City on Kansas City's side, because that offense has been so inconsistent. Kansas City is 12-24 as an underdog. And I believe they're still an underdog in this game too, Tatsuro Imai. But no, it's close. I mean, the Astros are definitely favored here still, but it's very, very close. If anything, they're $1.15 at the books. Tiebreaker here, Shelton and Garone. Man, they're really coming down to the wire in this one. Okay, I'm going to take the under here in this one with Houston and Kansas City. Give me the under here with the Astros and the Royals. Let's go to the chat All-Stars here. And LALB's down there at the Silverton. Hey, they have a Circa Sportsbook in there, don't they, LALB? Nunya says, Razor, you taking the Mountaineers today in the College World Series? Robert McCormick's on the Royals. Barr is on the Astros run line. LALB's on the under here, and 9 Legacy takes the Royals. All right, we got 65 of you riding with me here right now, so we better keep it going. And we've got the Cardinals on the road here taking on the Twins. Cardinals have been pretty hot here. They did lose last time out, no problem. Lost to the Mets yesterday, snapping their winning streak. But Cardinals are still 37-29 here right now. They've got Kyle Leahy going, 4.4 ERA, 5-3 record, 1.58 WHIP. Not great, but he's done a nice job in here, and these Cardinals are playing well. Minnesota, they're not playing well, but they have Joe Ryan in there. Ryan continues to be just fine, 3.06 ERA, 4-3 record, and a WHIP of 1. So you get, final. Typical Joe Ryan here, if you want to look at it that way. But, man, are you really going to trust the Twins here to be a $1.35 favorite against the Cardinals right now? Man. Let me see what you guys think. The Twins are 31-39. So you got Cardinals 8 games over 500, Twins 8 games under 500. Look, I know it's June 10th or whatever, June 11th, June 12th, whatever it is. But that's a pretty big gap already, especially with so many kind of 500 teams going on. The Cardinals have established themselves as a playoff contender, and the Twins just kind of fumbling around here a little bit. So, but Ryan's the great equalizer, I guess, maybe in this game. Let's see what you guys think. St. Louis has won 6 of their last 7, and they've been, I don't know, I think they're the number 1. Terrell will tell me. I think they're the number 1 underdog in baseball, right? Or number 2 anyway, 1 or 2. I think they're number 1. They've also dominated this matchup, winning 5 of the last 6 meetings. The teams meet just 3 times a year. The edge has to be a little bit with St. Louis, it feels like here. I think they've got a starter who can manage here a little bit with Leahy's look pretty good. Cardinals have gone under in 11 of their last 15 road games and under in 5 straight. You got Ryan here, elite whip, obviously, good strikeout numbers. I'm going to go with the under in the first 5 in this one with Leahy and Ryan. Give me the under in the first 5 here with the Twins and the Cardinals, and I'm going to take that one at 5. 5 under 30. That sounds great. I love it. Under 5 here, Cardinals and Twins in this one. I can't believe it's 8. I can't believe it's 5. The total's moved up to 9 here in this game. 9 under 15. Have 8.5 on the screen there, but it's clearly at least 9. And oh boy, it's a final here just moments ago, and Ben Shelton has held on to win. Well, he did not cover the spread, but that's okay. I just took him on I played his big money line, nothing I was giving out publicly, because I thought your own here. I mean, you got, two good Americans, and Shelton was able to edge out that win in a tiebreaker here. Wow, good match. And good job by Jerome here. Okay, let's see. Here we've got Cardinals on the run line for NYC Bar. Roberts on the cards. Roberts on the over. LALV is on the under, however. Big O's here, and Big O's on the cards money line. And LALV says it's another tequila sunrise. All right. Next up, the Rays are taking on the Angels here with Shane McClanahan going in this one. Man, McClanahan, 2.85 ERA, 6-3 record, 1.1 WHIP. Rays had a great series there with that sweepage over Boston for the Angels. They won that series over Houston. Aldeguerri goes here, back in rotation right now for the Angels. Good numbers, 2.25 ERA, 1.3 WHIP, but just a light action here for Sam so far. We'll see. He's had a few moments here so far and been okay, but man, you're going up against the Rays here that it seems like when the Rays have somebody that can handle, it feels like they do handle them, right? $1.70 here feels a little aggressive, but the Angels have been just really not great. Tampa does have a massive advantage here, I would think, in starting pitching. Give Aldeguerri some credit here. I gave him so much credit. I think I spelled his name right. Okay, the Rays, though, they hit left-handers well. The Angels are batting under 220 at home of late. Tampa also, stronger lineup here for sure right now, no matter how you look at it. With Caminero, how about how Valade has been doing here right now, and Aranda there. Yandy Diaz has been impossible to get out here of late. So, let's see how you guys have it, though. McClanahan only gives up 0.4 home runs per 9 innings. I mean, that is about as good as it gets here. And the Angels' offensive struggles would seem to me like it's going to be hard for them to get any runs going here today against McClanahan. Maybe when they get into that bullpen a little bit. McClanahan will probably give up a couple, but seriously, I'm going to take the Rays here in the first. I'm going to take the Rays on the run line. That's what I'm taking. Rays run line here for sure in this one. I've got to go to the Rays here. This is where I want them. Even on the road, this is where I want them right now. I'll take the Rays here -1.5 in this one at -$1.10 or so, I think. Let's see what we got here from the chat. Cardinals 4. 9 Legacy in that other game there. Angels 4 NYC Bar. And he likes to cover the spread. It'd be a great show if I could win this week. I mean, I was on a tear on my cover the spread show, and it will be out here soon, Bar, on the winnable side here. I just haven't sent it out. It's available already on YouTube, but been in a slump here this week. I haven't since I took over the hosting duties there of the Cover the Spread show. I've been doing really well, but not this week. It was a rough week. Okay, Bad Angels pitcher, Tampa only 500 on the road. Go under. It says woke is joke. And LALV's on the under. And not only that, right, on the Cover the Spread, I don't talk as much. I don't get all goofy. I just cut to the chase. Okay, Robert's going over here, and Line Legacy's going on the Angels. All right, we're making progress here. We're almost done, huh? A couple more here tonight. Let's take a look. With the Rockies here taking on the Athletics in Las Vegas. Oh, boy. Well, Rockies here going with Agnos. Look up for Agnos here. Yeah, kind of an opener kind of guy here, but really they're letting him start. He's got a 7.6 ERA and a 1.8 record. Really just a couple of starts. Here also is Gage Jump. a good prospect here and decent numbers, 2.45 ERA and a 2-1 record here right now. Just saw the Brewers come in here against the Athletics and have an incredible series, right, with all those runs that were scored there in that series. It seemed to kind of they weren't all overs now, mind you. That second game did not go over, and the third game did not go over. In fact, 2 of the games did go under. But the totals just continue to go up here. It feels like 14 in this one. The homers are still going out. They just weren't getting as many people on base, I think, as that first game. So let's see here. Colorado 12 and 23 on the road here. But nobody wants to take $2, I don't think, with the A's. I don't even want to take the run line with them. A's are 8 and 12 as a run line favorite. Colorado, I prefer Colorado here on the run line. I think I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them in the first 5. I think. Give me Colorado in the first 5 in this one at plus a half at. I'm sorry, plus 1 at plus 105. That's what I want right there. I want Colorado first 5 here in this one against Oakland. Look, I mean, against Las Vegas, against West Sacramento, against Philadelphia, against Kansas City, wherever these A's are from right now. I'm going to take Colorado here because look, Colorado's up to over $2 here at some square books right now. Eva Jovic crushing over Anisimova here. That was our pick on the premium side, on the sports money premiums. Jovic over Anisimova. Still the first set, but okay. So I'm taking Colorado. I just don't want to get involved in that type of price here with the A's. They didn't do bad in that series against Milwaukee. They won 2 of the games there. But there'll be volatility here tonight, and I did look and see that that game on Sunday is a day game here in Las Vegas. Right now it is 90 degrees, and it is 8 in the morning here 8:11 in the morning here in Las Vegas. All right, let's see what we got here with this one. And Terrell says, you got to jump if you're on the Athletics. He likes the under. Barr likes the under, but LALB is going over. Woke's joke is on. Jump. Go ahead and jump. And he'll take hits, runs, props there, and the total at 14. Robert's going over here again. Got to get back to an over here. We got to see an over here in Las Vegas in this one. And maybe, the thing about the Brewers, right, they did bring in probably some better pitching than what Colorado's going to have. I think that's a fact here. So still going to take Colorado here in this one, hope for a little bit of volatility. But I'll take him there in the first 5. Okay, and we got one more in the major leagues tonight with the Cubs here and Javier Assad taking on the Giants and Landon Roop. Cubs coming in off of a win last time out, although they were on a losing streak before that, but they did beat Colorado 9-4 yesterday after losing the first 2 games. These 2 teams just played last week, remember. Had some low-scoring games in that series at Chicago. Remember, they 2-1 there. Giants won 5 days ago. Chicago won 3-2, but remember the first game was 18-3 in favor of the Giants. So they did win that series and beat them up pretty good in that first game. And Assad here, Assad currently 4.73 ERA, 3-1 record. Assad back here in the rotation, 1.08 WHIP. I like Assad, but Roop I like too. Cubs still a game over 500 despite all the tragedy here. Can't get anything together, but the Giants are still 28-41. Pretty bad, but I don't know. They seem to have the Cubs number. Roop is 4.0 ERA, 5-6 record coming in, and a 1.29 WHIP. Pretty decent here. Giants at home, at least a little bit better, but not much. They have won 5 of their last 10. That's about all that I can say positively. Cubs have dropped 7 of 10. Giants are 16-6 to the over as a favorite. The Cubs are 14-8 to the over as a dog. The Giants are indeed the favorite here in this game. It was a pick 'em, but the move has been on the Giants. here in this one, but I'm going to probably look to the over here in this one with the Cubs and the Giants. Give me the over tonight at 8 runs. Giants here for Robert. Robert going over. NYC Bar says Giants on the run line. That's it for Major League Baseball. Thanks everyone for joining me, man. I wish I had more games. I have more games for you. I mean, I've got 82 of you riding with. Man, what a difference a day makes. I mean, I was depressed yesterday. We got off the show and there were only 15 people in here, and I thought my career was over. So while I got you here, let's talk a little bit more sports betting action here. We're going to move on to the WNBA. Hope the viewers stick around. We're going to have college baseball up next if you don't like that. But we'll cover it quickly here, 45 minutes until we've got bases loaded here with Mikey Money, Sharky Waters. They'll preview the 15-game baseball card. Let's take a look here at the WNBA tonight. There are 2 games here in the Commissioner's Cup. I don't have the fancy graphic here today. I was too busy watching the SpaceX IPO thing. Bad job by the producer here. And let's go to it, though, and talk a little WNBA action here tonight with the Toronto Tempo taking on the Washington Mystics here. Toronto's been darn right impressive offensively in particular right now. They've won 4 of their last 5 here. Brittany Sykes continues to look impressive here for Toronto. They are averaging 95 points a game in their last 5 games. Washington been very inconsistent. Turnovers are a problem. 15 turnovers per game also. Kiki Iriafen possibly missing this game. Kiki, if you loved me, you'd be playing in this game. But I think she is probably going to be out. It's 2 and 169, I believe, here. Finn is questionable with an ankle injury. Nyara Sabali here, questionable with a hamstring. And Fag Bentley is questionable here in this one. So not only is Toronto averaging 95 points a game in last 5 outings, but they're averaging 90 points here so far this season. Washington's offense, like I said, pretty inconsistent. The Mystics, they've been pretty competitive here, as a road dog a little bit. So, but they're 1-8 straight up in the last 9 home games dating back to last year. That's kind of hard to ignore, actually, especially for a team that's supposedly favored in this game. So, I don't know, getting points here, maybe with a better team with Toronto. Let's see what you guys have, though, in this one. You'd think maybe over here. I don't know. It's 169 here right now. It's the Mystics that are the question mark here, but like I said, Toronto, the Mystics aren't very good. You'd think if Toronto can get anywhere near their average here at 90 points, I mean, you'd have to get here 80 for Washington, and they'd still lose. So it does seem like it would. You'd think certainly kind of go over here in this game. I don't know. Let me hear what you guys have to say. But Toronto averaging 90 points a game. Both teams have cashed overs here so far at high rate. Washington 3-1 to the over at home. Toronto 5-1 as a road underdog to the over. So I know there's pressure here to the under right now. Where is it really coming from? Is Toronto really going to come out flat here against Washington right now? I mean, will it be, even if they don't play great defense, right? Wouldn't it end up being even let's see, 90-80? That is on the total there, but Toronto's, again, they're an underdog in this game, so really you're looking at 85 to 84 one way or the other, but that's not where Toronto goes. Toronto goes kind of north of that. So, all right, let me see what you guys think. I mean, the recent trends definitely support a higher scoring game. Toronto's gone over in 7 of their last 10 and 5 of their last 6 on the road, and also 5 of their last 6 as an underdog. Toronto's gone. Washington's gone. Over in 6 of 10. Let's go to the chat here. Okay. Nunya's having a great time with us here with all these. I'm loving it here. Yesterday, I only had 15 people in here when the show ended. I went and I cried. A VAR here says under 168.5. And, well, we didn't have a hockey. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. I'm sorry about that, guys. I thought there was a show there. But Robert here on the over. I need to do the show when no one shows up. But, been a little bit busy yesterday. I was watching the game, but I was working on some stuff. Okay, Robert here he is going over after all. I mean, I gotta think over, right? I mean, Toronto, look, 90 and what would they have to get? 85, 84 would be 169. Can Washington get that many though? Toronto's going to win this game, aren't they? I'm going to take Toronto here in the first half. Give me Toronto first half. I'm going to evaluate further that total because it is tricky there a little bit. Thank you, guys. Let's do one more here. Valkyries on the road taking on the Storm. Storm has been bad. We know that, but a pretty big spread here. You know, some of these back doors are getting home, if you know what I mean. It's just that Seattle's in a massive losing streak. So Golden State's actually not playing great from what we expect with this team. Yeah, they're probably the superior team on paper for sure, but the number does seem a little inflated. Seattle's been a reliable underdog cover at home. They've covered 3 of their last 4 as a sizable dog and gone 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 at home. The Valkyries have won games recently but aren't shooting that well, hitting just 40% in their last 5 games. So I thought, like I said, I'm on Golden State to win it all. They have not looked like a championship contender. They look fine, but they don't look overwhelming here. They're 7-5 though. Seattle's 3-11. Golden State's defense, which I said, hey, they're great, but they've shown a little bit of vulnerability on the outside, allowing 41% from 3-point range here over the last 5 games. So the Storm have been competitive against the spread, and at home, kind of want to take them here, but let's see what you have here. I think this could be a single-digit game here in this one. Seattle's been bad, but they've got some covers. They don't quit. I certainly like their coach. I feel bad that they're in this situation that they're in. I thought they'd be a little bit better, but I think everybody's going to be better, it seems like, don't I? All right, Seattle, the offense is the problem. They average here just 76.7 points per game. Golden State's gone over in 9 of their 12 games, but usually it's with their offense, and Seattle stayed under in 9 of their last 12. Magbagor, still here. Check the injured list entirely still. Yeah, Magbagor's still out, so, that's kind of slowed their approach here for sure, but the total here is down to 157.5. I mean, it is going to be, feels like it's supposed to be under City here right now. So if the Storm can't get to 70 points, I mean, I'm going to go under in the first half is what I'm going to do. Give me the under in the first half in this one with Golden State and Seattle. We'll get your picks in here, and then we're going to look at a little college baseball. If I got 90 people in here, I'm not going to stop. LAOV, Valkyries first half, plus the points. 9 Legacy said Washington Mystics on the spread, Seattle on the spread, and Robert is going over after all. Thank you to Flea. Good to see you. Flea's leaving, but I left the baseball graphic up there. God, nobody said anything? I didn't have a graphic for the other sports today. I'm sorry. I don't have to apologize, but okay. But still, I like to have a graphic up there. I just got a little busy. Okay, let's do college baseball. I'm not letting you guys get away. I'm going to go all the way here. Troy and West Virginia. as we get underway at the College World Series here in this one. And look, uh, two first timers here in Omaha with Troy, who look great. Man, they look good in their super regional for sure. It was a good run there for the Troy Trojans, and even a better performance, I thought, for West Virginia. I mean, you could argue that West Virginia is playing better than anybody in the field, but maybe they had a little bit of an easier draw. They dominated Cal Poly in that super regional, 29-3, and they are 45-15 this season. Troy was awesome, smacking the ball in the Gainesville regional, and then they swept Little Rock. So the Sun Belt champs. This is a bit of a class jump for them, but you got to think here. West Virginia is looking pretty good. They do smack the ball pretty good here, no doubt about it. I'm gonna take them here. I'm gonna take West Virginia minus a run and a half at. I think it's minus $1.45 in this one. Troy has Jimmy Janicki. If you haven't seen him, definitely a good offensive player, but West Virginia has more guys, more deep home run type guys, stronger pitching as well, I think, and probably can get the win and cover here in this one. This field is known for, you think of the College World Series, maybe even in years past, if you haven't been watching over the last few years since they have this new stadium, but it used to be kind of a bandbox. Now it's a much bigger stadium, and the scores are not that high, but I don't think that pertains to this game. I think we will see runs. I think these teams are top-heavy on offense and not as good pitching-wise. So I think you will see this game probably be a little bit higher scoring, but I'm going to think that the Virginia Mountaineers here, I'm going to take them on the run line in this one. Early in the College World Series, you get some, I think that maybe I just said, hey, you get lower scoring games in this stadium, but maybe this one's 8-4, 7-5, something around there today, I think. West Virginia for Barr there, and Robert likes the over. One more in the College World Series right now, and it's going to be Ole Miss taking on North Carolina. Full disclosure, Ramon has a pick here, a bet on North Carolina. I didn't go too big on these, but 20 to win 240 here. This was before, I don't know if it was before the regional or super regional. I can't even calculate in my head. I'm a little tired. But I do have just $20 to win 240 for the Carolina win this tournament. It was either 1 or 2 weeks ago. A little bit of breaking news. Mboko has withdrawn from Wimbledon. She's obviously going to be out for a while. That was a big story here. Serena Williams' partner for doubles is injured here with looks like a wrecked knee, unfortunately. Okay, Ole Miss and North Carolina here. You got good. This one should be a little bit better pitching anyway. You've got here two notable pitchers with Carolina. Jason DeCaro, 11-2 record, 2.28 ERA against Ole Miss. Taylor Robb, 5-3 record, 3.71 ERA. And look, that's advantaged Carolina, I think, here. Carolina won 50 games on the season, and they're in my top 5 here. They deserve to be here in this role. Ole Miss has guys that can hit the long ball with Foley, with Uttermark, Becerra as well. They had 58 home runs combined this season, but North Carolina, best defense, dare I say, in the tournament. A great double play combination in there. So probably liking North Carolina here in this one, and I'm going to take them here against Ole Miss. Give me North Carolina to win this one. I got to go with them. I mean, I have this future on them, so I don't know if it's a big secret here. I'm taking them because I've got this futures on them, and I think they can do it here. So I don't know if they can cover this run line here at minus 1.5 at what is it? Minus. No, I don't have it right now. Okay, but minus 1.5 at plus 120 or so. I think they're on the Carolina run line here. So I would think here much better pitching. We will get the type of Schwab Field play that you might expect here with quality pitching here. Like I said, Carolina's defense, I think, is the best in the tournament left. And DeCaro is an ace, obviously, here going. And while Ole Miss can't hit the long ball, this is a different stadium than a lot of the college parks. This is a big stadium. It's always played like that. So this one's going to be probably 4-2, 5-2, I would think, here in this one. Probably with Carolina. I'm going to take him here to win over Ole Miss. In the chat, maybe some plays here. We've got VAR going over. Robert's on the heels. Robert's going over as well. So we got some overs there. All right, man, I don't want to go. I don't want to make it. I don't want it to end. I don't want it to end. I'll find one other game here. Let's go to the CFL tonight. And I don't know what I can, I've got all of you here. I don't know what other kind of games we can dig up here to keep you here. But, maybe I can go to the CFL here tonight. I lost last night's game, and I've been hot in the CFL. But I thought the Bombers would be able to beat Hamilton. But credit Hamilton last night. What a game. There for sure last night. Really saw some good production there from Caleros had a real good game there, obviously, but Bo Levi Mitchell also had a pretty good game, 3 touchdowns, 287 yards. So he looked good. I thought that the Bomber defense would be able to slow those guys a little bit, but you had Smith in there with 2 touchdown receptions, Keandre Smith for the Tiger Cats, and just a great game there for the Ticats there. And here in this one, for me, man, I think Montreal, look, they've all been close games so far, but I don't know, Davis Alexander here. Now, for Chad Kelly, if they can get any kind, it's great to see Chad Kelly back here, obviously, after being, out there last season. So we'll see. That's a big boon to Toronto, but we'll see how much he can get off here in this one against this Montreal defense. I don't know. I think they're the number 1 defense coming in here anyway. And, quite frankly, I wonder if Toronto's defense might be near the bottom here, actually. So I do think maybe we get our first kind of blowout here, I think, of the season so far. And I don't know, maybe every game has been going over here. I guess this one could be an over here tonight. And you know what? I think I'm going to make that my play, actually. I'm going to go over here because I think I might be willing to lay the Alouettes here with the premium. I don't know. It is kind of tough here at 6.5. But look, you got with Philpott, with Snead, we already saw them look pretty good there in that first game, 30-27 last week. We know obviously Hamilton was able to win their second game. So Montreal, that's a good sign for them. And for Toronto here, they were the bye in the first week. So we have not quite seen them yet. So I'll try another over. Every game seems to be going over at this point. I'm not going to give up on these overs here right now. Montreal, I would think here, what are they supposed to score here tonight? 30 points? You got to think they're going to get over 30 points here. All right, let's see here. Toronto for Robert, though. Woka's joke says the Bombers did not look good. Woka's joke says that the CFL's kind of been a crapshoot. And that's been the interesting part about it, because if you think about, what we've seen so far here in the CFL, I mean, it has been over city, no doubt about it, so far. So, all right, and let's see here, what else? Are they playing in they're playing at the old BMO field there, yeah. Yep. They're gonna be able, I think they said it's 45,000 in there, expanded for the World Cup. It used to be I believe a 25,000 stadium, but it's expanded. The BMO field here been expanded for the World Cup, so that's very exciting. It is temporary seating, but I think they said they put in like 17,000 temporary seats to get it up to 45,000, and it is going to be rocking here in about 3.5. It's already rocking there in Toronto. All right, man. I wish I had more sports betting to talk about with you here on the show. So honored to have such a large group here right now after yesterday. I think I better run my commercial before everybody leaves. Let Mikey tell you about how you can get more picks from me here when you go over to winnable.com. If you thought this show was pretty good, I've got more picks for you. Better picks over at winnable.com. My premium picks here over at winnable.com. Hopefully all these free picks are going to win, but check this out.
Hey, it's your boy Mikey Money here, and letting you know the Sports Money team live over on Winnable, and you can get your favorite cappers' best bets. Come support the squad at Winnable.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
Let Sports Money Network's team of experienced handicappers do the hard work for you, and with the flexible notification options, you'll never miss a play as we drop them.
Don't wait. Don't guess. Don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, the winner of the drawing, we're going to do a drawing right now, and someone's going to win the picks here. Use the promo code WINNER if your name is drawn, and you'll get 1 month of picks from me. If you want to subscribe, use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. It's 38 cents a day when I add a fifth week onto the package. For just $19.95, you'll get picks here for 37, 38 straight days, as long as the World Cup is going. So please consider subscribing over at winnable.com. This is how you support me here on the channel. All right, here we go. We're going to see who wins this one. Terrell, we got Trevor, we got Razor, we got Robert, we got Jerry, we've got LALB, we've got the winner is Jim Duweiger. Jimmy D, I'm going to expand his subscription for another month. And thank you to Jimmy for his contributions here on the show. It's going to do it here. I wish I had more for you, but man, it's really been an honor to have all of you here watching little old me talk sports and sports betting with you here for a Friday. Make sure you join us here on all of our shows here, actually. Wow, what's going on here? Anissa Mova's coming back big time, Robert. What's going on here? Wake up, Jovich. And go USA, go Canada tonight as well. So great to have everyone here. Thank you so much for joining me. Back tomorrow and do it. But also we have coverage here, bases loaded here in 24 minutes with Mikey Money and Sharky Waters. We also have racing here, coverage starting after that. Some great cards around the country here with thoroughbred racing. Also, we'll be back tomorrow. Pre-gaming with Mike, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific. And please join me. We don't have any conflicting programming. So please join me over on the Pick Dogs channel at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, where I'll be on the drive-thru, bringing some picks here for the evening action. I'll be on there with Tony T. All right, that's going to do it here for the Morning Steam Show. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me here today. It was really an honor to be with you. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.